I made mention of Will Ospreay before, saying he was going to go down to Ugandan soft ground wrestling, but I'm not sure he's going to anytime soon because he wants to now take a break from his quote-unquote hectic schedule. Fightful Select reports that Will Ospreay has been given the week off following his recent schedule, which includes appearance at Double or Nothing, Dynamite and Collision last week. He is expected to return to action next week once again. We're told Will Ospreay has the week off this week. Have I just copied and pasted that twice? Anyway, whatever. So, Ospreay recently said himself the following: I've been feeling sick and I don't know whether it's like anxiety or maybe it's just exhaustion from travelling back and forth so much.
It's the grind.
The grind. That will be coming up soon. But that's a real thing. Every single week I get on a flight from London, Heathrow, and I go to whatever state that I'm required to go to in America. But like I've been feeling sick, like in all of my matches, like even the one against Cesaro, at one point I generally thought I was going to throw up in the ring. So, the grind, Will Ospreay. Now, as somebody, Dutch, who knows what the grind is all about, how do you react to it?
Well, here's a guy who's making $1 million a year, they say, 7 figures. So, and he's flying first class from London to wherever he flies to. Now, granted, the air travel is a lot, but he's making big money, and he's not going to do this the rest of his life. And, it's wearing him out. And, brother, that is nothing compared. And I'm not sounding like an old grumpy old timer, but the road used to beat the hell out of you. And you worked in Mid-South, in Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, that area. You did at least 2,500 miles and sometimes more miles a week. You was doing like at least 300 or 400 miles a day. That's going and coming back. And that's the grind. And I don't think Will Ospreay, and we weren't making anywhere close to $1 million either. So, and that's when you get hurt. You're tired. Actually, you can ride so much, you can start hurting just by riding. And then if you don't stretch before you go in the ring, you're gonna have an issue. You're gonna get hurt. So that's what we used to have to suffer through. But guys didn't bitch and moan about it. They said, "God damn, I hate to go today." That was every day. "Oh, I hate to get in the car. I hate to do this." Because we didn't fly ever. Not back in those days. It was every day you either drove your car or you rode with somebody who drove their car or rented a car. And that's how the business was. So I have no sympathy for Mr. What's his name?
Ospreay.
Mr. Ospreay. Because if he wants to, and probably Triple H was right about him. He's probably not ready for the grind, certainly. But the grind now is still nothing like it used to be. It's a lot better for the talent now than it used to be, because it couldn't get any worse. It really couldn't. One time in WCW, this is when I go into a story, and I told you this before. Mm-hmm. I worked 64 straight days on the road without going home. 64. And I went, my God. And that's when they were running 7 days a week. And some Sundays and some Saturdays were double headers. So that would mean I was working like, I don't know, actual matches 12 or 13 times a week. And plus in Mid-South, doing 25 to 3,000 miles a week. Anything under 2,500 was a short week. It really was.
With in the Zeb Colter run, WWE, how many days a week would you be home? Was it 3 shots a week you did at that time?
See, I would go out on the road on Friday, sometimes Thursday. I went out on Thursday, and then Friday, then Saturday. I'd do 3 to 4 days. Then we would I was working 5 days a week. Then we would go to Raw on Monday, wherever it was. And then Tuesday we'd go to SmackDown, which would be close by. say within 100 miles. But that wasn't booked because of the talent. That was booked because of the people moving everything. That was, you know, and this is. I actually got to a building early one day, and I said, I'm gonna watch this ring crew and the lighting crew. Boy, they knew what they were doing. They'd slap that ring would be up in like 20 minutes because they had put it up and taken it down so many times that it was down to an art form. Now the lighting took longer, and they'd have to get up there and they'd have to set those lights and all that. But one of the lighting people told me one day, said, you know what it cost to put that lighting up? Of course, you know, they carry the big things that fit around the ring, and that's all in one piece. They say it cost $60,000 to put it up for one TV. $60,000. I went, damn, that's a lot of money. But they did it, and they were very professional in doing it and did it right. See, that's the difference between WWE now and AEW. AEW, somebody give them a flashlight or give them something, because they have no light on that show except in the middle of the ring.
With Will, just one more thing. I cannot find the photo anywhere, but I know it was recent. Will posted a photo of himself doing the old humble brag. It's like, how can a lad like me be in business? He was wearing a Rolex, for God's sake, in business class. You know, wearing a T-shirt around all these businessmen. It was like, damn, I've flown business class. I made a point to wear Iron Maiden T-shirts and walk around barefoot. You know, just to do it, I guess. I bought my ticket. They're not going to throw me off.
So he put a picture of it himself?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But I cannot find it anywhere for the life of me. But
I failed to find the humor in that.
No, it was one of those things where I was just like, you know, I went to Japan and back on business, and it was great. I was fresh as a daisy, got sleep and everything. That's twice as far as at least the East Coast stretch from London to Thingy. And do you know what? I was as fresh as a daisy. Business and getting some sleep, you don't get jet lag. So it's not that bad if you just go in there and back. And yeah,
I remember one time I was going to a European tour, but we were going to England first, going to the UK. I remember telling the travel agent, I says, listen, I can't travel coach. I just can't do it. And you know what they said? Okay. And got me a first class ticket. And I went, well, damn, I should have started saying this when I first got here, because they would put all these guys on coach. Now, you can't put everybody in first, even if you had every seat for a WWE guy. But to see some of those guys go to and try to sit in coach, some of those tall guys, they were hurting on a 3-hour or longer flight. I felt sorry for them. So, but see, Undertaker, you couldn't put Undertaker in coach. You could, but he damn sure he wouldn't fit it, because he kind of, or put the Big Show. You couldn't put Big Show in a coach seat. He'd have to take 2 seats anyway. But anyway, that's I flew over and back in first class, and I thought to myself, I should have been saying this a long time ago.